Hey, this is Brother Peterson coming to you from Bethesda, Maryland, and I have my football gear on, my helmet, because this week you're going to debate American football. How awesome is that? That's right. This week you're going to talk about American football and concussions. Why concussions? Because concussions are a real issue in American football right now. And it's also an issue for providers. And this debate is going to put you into the mix of the ethical dilemma that's presented by the fact that you have a dangerous sport, you have athletes that want to play this dangerous sport, and you may have injury, and whether or not there should be a societal decision that should not be allowed or should be allowed. That's a big, heavy debate. So this is an important debate, all right? So now, look, you're getting close to the middle of the course, meaning that you're really going to have to buckle down and work hard, but you're almost there. You're almost in the middle. You're just that close, and then you start going downhill. It's almost like hump day. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a Wednesday for the semester. Maybe you're kind of like Tuesday night right now. It's getting close to Wednesday. All right. So as you work for this, as you work in this, or prepare yourself for this debate, a couple things you need to keep in mind. Number one, you need to put in at least 2.5 hours of research. That means you need to do some good research on the side that you're going to have. If in your debate group, if your last name is one of the first two, then you are going to be pro. If your last name is one of the last two, you're going to be anti, meaning you're going to be against allowing football, at least tackle football, in the NFL. And then if you are going to be pro, you're going to argue that, yeah, it should be allowed to continue. There's one group that's got 5. If you happen to be that middle person, your last name's kind of not the first 2 or the last 2, then you get to decide what side you're going to take. So you're going to need to research on your side for 2.5 hours. You need to be able to communicate with the person that's on your side of the debate within your group. You're going to need to email them. You're going to need to make contact with them, and that's going to be asked at the self-assessment whether or not you did that. And then you're going to make a couple of really good, strong points, and with some citations, and you're going to post that in a post as your debate. Then you're going to need to respond to the other side, to at least one, maybe 2 if you want, the other side in your debate group, and then they're going to then you're going to have to respond to any questions they have, and then they're going to respond to your questions. You can go back and forth if you want. All right. The key is to make sure you have a good quality post at the beginning, and then a good quality review of the other side and ask some good questions from the other side. Okay, and that will get you 20 points total. Now you say, well, 20 points isn't that much, but the self-assessment's another 20. That means 40 points going to come out of this debate. So it's really worth your time and effort to make this a good quality debate. The other thing you're going to be doing is you're going to have an assignment where you're going to read a question or an ethics issue, and you're going to respond to that in a 2-page paper. Okay, that should be pretty easy. You should be able to knock that out. But don't forget it. The big piece of this, though, is going to be working on that debate. All right. So the textbook, Chapter 6, is one of the best chapters, I think, in this in the textbook. There's a lot of interesting chapters, don't get me wrong, and the reason I like this chapter is because it does dive into some of the quality assurance measure and some of the issues that are out there that hospitals have to deal with because of defending lawsuits. And I think healthcare in America is better because we have to defend against lawsuits. We have to prepare ourselves to be able to make good healthcare decisions, ethical decisions. And part of that is based on making sure there's quality assurance measures, there's a quality assurance program, that there's education within the staff and the folks there at the facility, and that they're following these measures, and you have a process improvement plan to be able to identify and make changes where changes are necessary. And then also that the professionals, the healthcare providers, are holding themselves up to the standard of care and they're quality providers. So all that forms a mix of a defense of malpractice suits, which is an important piece of healthcare in America. All right? Have office hours on Wednesdays if you have any questions whatsoever. I also, during those hours, can take a phone call if you want to. You can always email me, and some of you have taken advantage of that. And I've emailed some of you and hopefully helped you out along the way. Hope you have a great week, and I hope you do well in your football debate. Go smack some heads.